In this lecture, we will review theoretical perspectives on sexuality. So go ahead, play along with me. Imagine for a moment that you are sitting in a bedroom watching two people making love. Imagine too that sitting with you in the room, thinking your same thought, are Sigmund Freud, creator of psychoanalytic theory, E.O. Wilson, a leading sociobiologist, Albert Bandura, a prominent social learning theorist, and John Gagnon, a proponent of script theory. But the scene you are imagining may evoke arousal and nothing more in you, but your imaginary companions would have a rich set of additional thoughts that they are viewing the scene through the specially colored lenses of their own theoretical perspectives. Freud might be marveled at how the biological sex drive, the libido, expresses itself so strongly and directly in this couple. Wilson, the sociobiologist, would be thinking how mating behavior in humans is similar to such behavior in other species of animals, and how it is clearly the product of evolutionary selection for behaviors that lead to successful reproduction. Bandura might be thinking how sexual arousal and orgasm act as powerful positive reinforcers that will lead the couple to repeat the act frequently, and how they are imitating a technique of neck nibbling that they saw in an X-rated film last week. Finally, Gagnon's thoughts may be about the social scripting of sexuality. This couple begins with kissing, moves to petting, and finishes up with sexual intercourse, following a script written by society. Some of the major theories in the social sciences have had many and different things to say about sexuality. Sociobiologists view human sexual behaviors as the product of natural selection in evolution, and thus view these behavioral patterns as being genetically controlled. Contemporary evolutionary theorists view behavior as the result of an interaction between evolved mechanisms and environmental influence. Among these psychological theories, Freud's psychoanalytic theory views the sex energy or libido as a major influence on personality and behavior. Freud introduced the concept of psychosexual stages of development. Learning theory emphasizes how sexual behavior is learned and modified through reinforcements and punishments according to principles of operant conditioning. Behavior modification techniques, therapies based on learning theory, are used in treating sexual variations and sexual disorders. Social learning theory adds the concepts of imitation, identification, and self-efficacy to learning theory. Exchange theory highlights the role of rewards and costs in relationships. Cognitive psychologists focus on people's thoughts and perceptions, whether positive or negative, and how this influences sexuality. Critical theory focuses our attention on the social construction of categories, the ways they are applied to people, and the consequences for individuals and society. Feminist theory systematically analyzes the meaning of gender in contemporary society. Gender roles perpetuate inequality by virtue of the restrictions they place on men's and women's behavior. Queer theory challenged the gender binary and the sexual orientation binary, arguing that gender expression and sexual orientation are both dimensions along which individuals vary. Sociologists study the ways in which society influences our sexual expression. Symbolic interaction theory calls attention to the processes of communication and interaction that influence behavior. Sexual scripts provide us with concrete guidelines for romantic and sexual interactions. Most sexual interactions occur in a field in which individual desires interact to create a hierarchy of sexual desire. At the macro level, sociologists investigate the ways in which institutions such as religion, the economy, the family, medicine, and the law influence sexuality.